Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you
Sorry for being
well? Is it good with connection? Hello, hello.
sorry.
Yeah, can you see and hear me well? Is it all good?
Yes, yes, totally.
Okay, great. Well, you're first, as you might have guessed.
Yeah.
How are you? How do you feel?
I'm pretty good, thank you. Just washed my hair, so a bit wet.
We are on the same page. I also have watched
Nice,
it, so all
nice.
good. I see. And are you based in Kyiv now or no?
No, I'm from Uzhhorod.
Ah, you're in Uzhgorod. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Because I'm now in Kyiv visiting, and I don't know, there were bombings today, but I sleep through them.
So
So,
you didn't hear them?
come again?
You didn't hear any sounds?
No, no, I didn't hear any shellings, nothing, because I'm just very exhausted. So I
Mm,
sleep through everything.
lucky you.
I don't know, like there are pros and cons of this, because of course it's dangerous, right? But then that's the way my body reacts at the moment. So, and are you originally from Uzhgorod?
Yes, yes, I'm from Uzhhorod and I live there, and I didn't want to change my location because my family is here, my work, my friends, so it's really
Mhm.
comfortable in here, and it's really safe because we are super close to the Slovakian border, so there is no any shelling, and
Mhm.
I really feel safe. There
Okay.
is no to leave my city.
Do you have a sakura season now, or have you had it already?
It's almost done actually.
Sure.
Uh,
Mhm.
the main period of blossoming is at the end of April.
Ah, okay, I see. Because we went, I remember one time we went with Kate, with her husband, but that was, I think that was May, beginning of May or something.
Maybe yes, maybe it can last till the beginning of the May, but when rain started, it was
Ah, it washed it away, yeah.
washed. Yes.
I see, I see. Was it heavy rain this year in Uzhgorod?
It's almost every year the same weather. So
Ah,
it's warm at the end of the April, but when we have the starting of the May, it starts raining for a
mhm.
few days in a row, and it's the end of blossoming.
I see, I see. Just one thing, we don't put there before months, yeah, before names
Mm.
of months. May, April, and so on. And the same with cities. I make this mistake sometimes as well. I know, just automatically we
Mm.
put it, but it's also important to pay
Mhm.
attention to that.
Yeah.
And is Uzhgorod crowded these days or not really?
Uh, no, really, it was crowded at the beginning of war.
Mhm.
And a lot of people relocated there. And of course, we have a lot of tourists during the sakura blossoming,
Ah, uh-huh.
but now it's not so um, attractive to tourists.
I see. And do you have any events? Because I remember before you would have like various festivals and stuff.
We have different festivals almost every week,
Mhm.
uh, especially now because it's a great opportunity to gather money for soldiers.
To fundraise, yeah.
Mhm. For different needs.
Needs.
Needs. Mhm. That's why we have a lot of um, markets with handmade things, different
Like fairs.
concerts,
Uh-huh.
mhm,
Come again?
and concerts
Oh, and
performance.
various
Ukrainian.
concerts. Okay, I see. And
Mhm.
do you have mostly Ukrainian performers at concerts, or do you have foreign ones as well?
Uh, no, no, just local bands, local dancing teams, for example.
Oh, also dance groups. Okay,
Mhm.
interesting. Um, Just 1 second, Yula is writing me.
Mhm.
No, not Yula, sorry, Marina. Why did I say Yula? I'm wondering if anyone else is joining after all, because I do have a plan for a group, but we can do it even for you only.
I hope a few girls will connect soon. At
Yeah.
least one, I'm sure she will connect. Miroslava, have
Uh-huh.
you met before?
No, I don't think we've met because I run lesson only once for your community.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just need to check if my headphones are here. No, they aren't. I think I lost my headphones and I'm not happy with this.
And how was your way from Portugal to Kiev?
Oh, it was interesting. In general, with my trip, that it was a very spontaneous decision to come here. I made this decision within 2 hours, 4 days before leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a bit of chaos. But then the travel itself was fun. I had a direct flight. Hey, Eugenia. I'm just telling how I got from Portugal to Ukraine. Yeah, I had a direct flight from Lisbon to Prague, which took 3 hours only. And then I had 12 hours in Prague, which was nice just to walk around and so on. And then I had an overnight train from Prague to Przemysl. And then from Przemysl, we had to cross one border by feet. And then we hopped on another train. So far, out of all ways I've tried of getting in and out of Kyiv, because for Uzhgorod it will be different, I believe. The train Helm Kyiv has been the most comfortable. Personally, I prefer it much more.
And how long did you live in Portugal?
Oh, I live in Portugal still.
Okay.
I live there. I just came, actually, I came to doctors. Which is like funny, not funny, but it's much faster and cheaper to get proper medical treatment here than to get it in Portugal. And I called the doctor there and they were like, set you on a June. I decided to come here. Hey, Kate, can you hear us?
Hey, yeah, I'm with you.
Lovely. Oh, okay, everyone is in, yay. Now we can start. If you ladies want, we can have this call 10 minutes longer, sorry, because my other call got canceled because of shellings here. But yeah, so just let me know if you want to extend it. We can check in 10 minutes before the end. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm happy you made it. That's great. I hope you had a good night's sleep, which is very important for learning, by the way. So don't be like me, sleep well and enough. Yeah, let's maybe just check in. We've already chatted with Yana a bit. Evgenia, Kate, Miroslava, how are you today? How do you feel? Just anyone.
I'm a little bit crying today at morning because you know, when you in Ukraine and you heard everything that happened, it can be for you, okay, it's happened. I can do this, I can manage it. But when you're abroad and you cannot help to your parents, to your friends, I just have like little bit emotional
breakdown. Yeah, you feel powerless. Yes, I see. I was just telling Yana that I slept through it all. I never wake up with shellings. And you know where I live, it's very loud here, but I'm so exhausted that I just sleep.
Yeah, my mother is also, she was so tired. She said, oh, I don't mind, I'm sleeping.
Kate. Hello, Kate.
Yes, hello.
I didn't see news this morning. What happened in Ukraine?
So it means that you maybe you don't need to know this news. Actually, everything is okay. As I know that nobody was killed.
No, 3 people got injured, unfortunately,
Okay.
in Solomensk.
Where?
In
Was,
Kiev,
people was bombed today. There was a lot of yeah, how it
Shelling,
will
yeah.
what
I
Yeah.
didn't. What city?
Kiev. And
Kiev.
not only Kiev, it was in another cities. I don't remember, in Vinnytsia and maybe in yeah. I
I'm
don't
not
remember.
sure. I know about Kiev, and quite a few Kiev neighborhoods were shelled tonight, but I'm not sure about other cities. Of course, closer to the front line, you always unfortunately have something, so it's hard to say. But in Kiev, it was loud and bright from what I read in chats, but never saw.
Yeah.
I didn't read any chats because at 9 o'clock in the morning, I had another Zoom meeting.
Oh, okay.
As you know, Kate, I ended website Shopify, and I had a meeting with some guys from USA, and they will help me to, как же это сказать, настроить рекламу. Реклама advertisement. Настроить.
Advertising, yeah, to set your advertising.
Yes, to set the advertisement to my website. So I didn't read news, and now I feel myself not good because I don't know what happened with my friends and my relatives in Kiev. So I need to
I'm
read.
sure they're fine. Okay, so we know news of everyone but Miroslava. Miroslava, hi, it's nice meeting you. We haven't met
Hello. Hello, nice to meet you.
today.
Yeah, my name is Miroslava. You can call me Mira. I am okay. I didn't have enough sleep tonight, just as you. Yeah, so now I'm drinking my coffee and the day gets better. Yeah, and that's it, I suppose.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's maybe move on to our main topic. So as I know, you're learning about presenting yourself, presenting your brand these days, and so on and so forth. So let me dive into our structure a bit. We will talk first and foremost, we will keep talking and we will talk about you, your brands, your businesses, etc. We will learn what elevator pitch is. I'm quite sure you already know, but sometimes it's good to refresh our knowledge and to share, right, what we know about things. We will watch a video, we will discuss some vocabulary from video and what makes a good elevator pitch, and we will make an elevator pitch for you. Yeah, why I took this topic and why I decided to talk about it in particular, because I know it's aligned a bit with what you are doing this week and this month in general. And also, I think I shared it last time. So I actually graduated recently from a business school in Portugal. So I did my master's in impact entrepreneurship and innovation, which is basically a lot of pitching. We had accelerator after accelerator after accelerator after accelerator. So I cannot say I'm very experienced in it in terms of practice because I haven't started my own large business yet, or maybe I will never do this. I don't know yet. But I know a lot of theory. I've learned a lot about it, and I'm more than happy to help you and to navigate you, yeah, and all the options out there. All right, so let's start with telling about your products, and the task will be, I will ask each of you to tell about your products in 2-3 sentences. Yeah, it's sometimes better to be brief, but without specifying your target audience. And then the next person will have to guess your target audience, and I'm sure you know each other's target audiences already, right? I will not be that naive here. So you will have to guess or say other person's target audience, and then also tell us a bit about your product, again, in 2-3 sentences. So try to be brief here. Yeah, if it will be a trouble, we will help each other to be more concise. Yeah, not to extend it too much. Okay, so I can actually start because that would be unfair to give you a task without having a clue how to do it. So my product or my goal as an educator is to help professionals to improve their English and to use it as a tool to reach their personal and career goals. Yeah. Who wants to continue?
I can continue.
Yeah, sure.
So I run the business. It's a child development center. We provide different services for preschoolers as speech therapist, kindergarten, English lessons, and so on.
Okay, great. And how do you think, what would be my target audience? Who would be my target audience?
I believe the target audience is English teachers, or not just English teachers. Yes, as you said, professionals who are interested in self-development and who like to study, who are keen on it.
Yeah, that's interesting because I actually don't work with English teachers. I work with everyone but English teachers.
Oh, okay.
No, but this is great. This is a great exercise because it shows how, to me, some things are obvious, right, when I word it. And to me, professional means just someone who reached some career progress in their life, right? But to you, when you hear this word, you perceive it differently. And it's good to be aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, I thought as you are an English teacher, so I thought you provide this service to people like you. But
No.
I got like you can provide this service to doctors, right? To businessmen.
Yeah, mostly I have IT people because
Okay.
mostly in my social surroundings there are people working in it. Okay, Jana, we haven't heard from you for a while. So how do you think, what is Miroslava's target audience, more specific than children? Yeah, and what about your product? You are muted, I think. Oh, sorry.
And do you hear me? Okay. Well, actually, I don't have any business yet, but I work as a graphic and UX UI designer. And currently, I'm searching for a new job. So I have a lot of interviews every day, and I have to present myself and to talk about myself, about my works, and about Miroslava. I think that her target audience may be young families with children who are searching for like children garden, not for the whole day, but for a few hours, and for children who need some support of language specialists. And it also can help parents to have a rest a bit because they can give their children to these playing groups, and they improves. They study. They spend a lot of time with their friends. So I think her target audience are parents with young children.
Parents with young children, and they use this kindergarten sometimes for a few hours, right? These play groups, so they can do their stuff in the meantime. And Marissa, what's about you? Like, what kind of parents are your target audience actually?
Yeah, actually, Anna's totally right. Our target audience are parents who understand their kids' needs, and they are ready to give it to their children. And yeah, for and for this half day kindergarten as well, just for have coffee with their friends or to work when it's sorry, I didn't wake up. Yes.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Calls, right? Appointments, meetings, and etc. Yeah.
Yeah. When they work, but not full day, but
Part time.
part time. Yeah, I forgot this one. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, Evgenia, let's continue with you. So, yeah, let's pitch maybe your product or what you do in 2-3 sentences, and then we will discuss also a little bit more of target audience, about target audience of Yana's.
Oh, okay. I have 3 Etsy shops, and I sell wooden toys for children. First of all, these are busy boards, educational toys or boards for development of fine motor skills. So we create also wooden tea place sets, wooden cakes, wooden ice creams for little children. They are almost handmade and hand painted. And recently we created a new product, a personalized wooden chorochat with daily routine cuts. So our products help parents in behavior their children, and our slogan is that our products educate future geniuses.
Geniuses. Okay, I was writing for your project and I remember it. I think Kate was given it right for its description. So I was like, oh, that rings the bell. I just wanted to specify a few things. So you said almost all are handmade or all are handmade?
Так, полностью, не almost.
Completely handmade.
Completely, yes, completely handmade products, yes. Completely handmade.
Okay, I see. Interesting. And how do you think about Yana? Who can be a target audience for her UX UI design services?
For Yana? So it's a pity, but my English is not so good as yours, girls, and it's very difficult for me to understand when you are speaking, and I don't understand everything. As I understood, Yana is a designer, but a designer of what I didn't understand. So as I know, different business companies needs a designer. So I think that Yana will find work in many business companies, but I don't know what designer she is. Designer of maybe clothes, maybe some computer designer. Yana.
She's rather a graphic designer. Did I understand it
graphic
correctly?
designer.
Products as well.
We don't hear you.
Yeah, I think I'm muted now.
And now, is it okay now?
No.
It's too quiet.
Okay, I will try to speak louder. While I studied at
You're frozen now.
and also I freelanced a lot. New path and started working as UX UI designer. My main task is to create websites and different applications for mobiles. So I worked with big companies and also with small startups. So I try to help business to create their
recognition. Yeah, to make it more recognized. Yeah. I see. And here we had a very good learning. Yeah. So sometimes when we use our specific slang, it can be not clear to others. Yeah, when we say UX, UI, to us it seems obvious, but some people might not know what that is, and it's absolutely cool because they're working in completely different thing. But on the other hand, I would often have a situation when I meet someone and I'm like, hey, what's your job? And they're like, I work in IT. And I'm like, yeah, everyone works in IT who works with a computer. Can you specify, please? And they're like, yeah, I don't know how much you know about backend, front end, full stack, and so on. I was like, yeah, you can talk languages to me. It's okay. But it's a very good idea also to have maybe few presentations. Yeah, short presentations in a few sentences, elevator pitches, if you will, for different audiences. Yeah, one for more professional one, and the other one for people who don't really know what that is, but they still might want to learn more. Okay, and last but not least, Kate, I will ask you to present us briefly your current product. I know you have many, so maybe you want to present one of them. And
Yeah, this is my problem that I have a very product, and I will tell what maybe not the main, but one of my lowest. I have small business.
Add connection.
yeah, we have echo. It's not a connection problem.
Ah,
It's
okay.
a link problem.
I'm near of
Oh,
laptop.
much better.
I help small businesses to work with the international marketplace Etsy, and I help them to find customers all around the world.
Mhm.
And okay, this can be all because I have another 3 products, and it will be a lot.
No, but this is great. And this is actually what I asked, 2-3 sentences. And why I emphasized it, because I'm a person who worked across various sectors. And currently I'm also looking for something more stable. And when I start explaining people what I do, they don't get it because there are too many things. And they're like, what exactly do you do? And it's important to understand you want to present yourself as whom? To this particular person, yes, and very often less is more. Yes, and very often saying less will pay off much better. Kate, and what's about Evgenia's target audience? Do you remember who they are, or maybe you can brainstorm now?
Okay, let's brainstorm.
Close.
I think that Evgenia make really a good deal because she helped parents all around the world to have the free time. It's the parents whom, especially I think it's a woman, it's a mother who want to drink the cup of coffee in the silence when her child is playing with a busy board.
Yeah, I saw that busy board. I think Mark has one, and yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, he has one, but not from Evgenia, from another
Oh,
one.
he has a different one. Okay, but in general, the thing is cool because I had never seen it before. I saw one that Mark has, and I was like, wow, that's. I was a bit jealous that I never had this in my channel. So Kate said a very nice collocation. Collocation is when we have 2 words together. Yeah. Good deal. What is a good deal? It's a very specific collocation which we use for particular things. So how can you describe a good deal? Anyone, just anyone.
It's like nice cooperation, or
yes, it's a good deal. It's a nice cooperation. For example, if we agree with you that I teach in your center, yes, and I have, I don't know, 10 children, and I give you my 10 children, and I finally can rest when my 10 children are running around, and I'm not teaching. Yeah, this is a good deal. Yeah, and perhaps you might have wanted to say good deed. Yeah, good deed is when you do something good for everyone. Yeah, dobra sprawa. But good deal is like good business deal, rather. Yeah, there is a difference in that. Okay, great. So my next idea was to continue with the video, but I think because of like problems with the internet and sound and so on, it might be not the best idea. And I will send you a video where they talk about elevator pitches for you to practice as well. But let's maybe continue discussing elevator pitch in particular. What is it? Where is the concept coming from? What do you know about it?
I actually Googled it, elevator pitch, a few times today, but I didn't get it. Like, what do we call it in Ukrainian? I mean, it's презентація, самопрезентація.
We
'Cause
call it elevator pitch in the startup community.
Yeah, and in Ukrainian, it's the same that самопрезентація.
Yeah, in Ukrainian startup community, we call it elevator pitch as well.
Yeah, because I saw the structure of it, like how do we provide this elevator pitch, but okay.
Okay, yeah, so let's break down this collocation. Elevator, what is elevator? How can we describe it?
The thing that helps you to get higher in the high-rise building.
Yeah, the thing that goes up and down for all the floors. Yeah, that you don't need to use stairs and work on your butt. And you can just press the button and it will lift you up. And what is pitch? What is to pitch and what is at pitch? Any idea?
Good question.
Подача. Google says it's подача.
Yes, and this is the beauty of English is that it's a multi-meaning language. Yes, we have, like, you know, in Ukrainian, we have this ключ, yeah, and this is the only word we learned that has multiple meanings. I mean, of course, there are many, but in English, very often, easy word as run can be noun and a verb. Yeah, noun is object, imennik, and verb is action. Yeah, and then it can have 10 meanings. Even for word run, I can name you 10 meanings now, 10 definitions. And it's the same with pitch. So pitch you can use in baseball. You can pitch, and this is like to throw the ball. Yeah, what else can be a pitch or to pitch? Yeah, they are, again, this word is a noun and the verb at the same time.
Well, I've heard the translation
We cannot hear you.
again.
It's just too quiet, Yana, but
Maybe you can try with
Headphones?
AirPods, yeah. Yeah, headphones.
As a step.
Right. Not speak to right.
Okay, that's interesting. Actually, I've never heard about any meaning of step, of pitch being a step, and this is interesting. I will look it up in definitions. As we discussed last time, I usually look definitions up instead of translations. Yeah, because to me, it gives me a better complex picture. And a pitch or to pitch is basically to present or a presentation. If I'm pitching myself, I'm telling how cool I am, so I want you to hire me, or I want you to buy my product. I'm telling you how great my product is. There is a difference though between pitch and presentation, because presentation is something longer. I can tell to my potential clients and so on. Pitch is usually told to potential investors, and you need to convince them to invest in you. Yeah, you need to convince them that your product has attraction, so that your product can have a lot of clients. Yeah, you can clients and so on. So elevator pitch, do you know a story behind anyone, where it comes from?
No, it's interesting to hear.
No? Okay.
Oh, no, maybe you can tell us.
maybe I heard some story about this elevator pitch, about a conversation which took place at the elevator. So in the end, it was a big deal, a good deal. Yeah, maybe something about it, but I don't remember it clearly.
Absolutely. So the thing of elevator pitch is that it has to be short, brief, concise. Yeah, it has to be 15, 20 seconds. This is how long the regular, the standard elevator trip takes. So if you are in elevator with a VC, venture capitalist, yeah, person who can invest in your company, you have to be really quick and really brief to make them interested. So the thing of elevator pitch is not only to say about your product, like, oh, I do this and this. Conversation is that, yeah. The thing is to make them interested to ask you more. The thing is to make them interested to give, to take your contact, yeah, or to call you back. And this is an important distinction between presentation and between elevator pitch. Because if you present, just present. Maybe you talk to your peers. Yeah, peers are the same people as you and I. But here you want to hook them. Yeah, you need this hook so they want to come back to you. Before we get to writing our elevator pitches, and you can think of audience you want to write it for. Yeah, if you don't need an investor in the moment, it's okay. You can write it for your potential target audience. Yeah, you meet someone and you want to present your business in a way that they ask you more, and you can write it for potentially this person. But before we do this, let's brainstorm what makes good elevator pitch and what makes not so good elevator pitch. How do you think?
I think the good elevator pitch when you give some strong power of you like a person, then you like expert or like a business owner or
Strong
like
impression, right?
yeah. And at the end, you should give some call to action. When person can contact you or when she will know how to keep in touch with you.
How to reach out, and you need to explain what's next. Yeah, this is a very good point, because very often we would make a pitch or we would make a presentation and people are like, okay, you don't ask for anything. Like, you don't tell me what to do, so I'm going home. Yeah, this is a very good point. You need to open the conversation, yes, and you need to have this like, what's next, what's now. Okay, any other ideas?
Maybe you have to say something unique to get the interest of the person. Yeah, because if everybody provide speech therapist lessons or busy boards or UI UX, like I am one more UI UX designer, yeah, or I am one more child development center businesswoman and so on. So it's like, okay, and what? And maybe if you tell something unique, it makes your elevator pitch.
Very good point. What is unique? Is it using like interesting vocabulary? Is it making a silly joke? What is being unique?
No, I mean about UTP. I don't know it in English.
I don't know what it is.
What do we call унікальна торгова пропозиція? Like, what is so special in you as a specialist, for example, as a designer, or what is so special at your child development center or at your busy board? Or why do I need to buy this consult meeting with Kate, not with somebody else about Etsy shop? Yeah. So what is so special? Why you?
Yeah, very good point. I mean, why I asked, because very often we have this like, oh, disrupt the industry, be unique, be special. And then you understand that like, okay, everything is out there. And let's build on this and let's discuss it a little bit more, because I felt a lot of pressure When I started to work with adults as an educator, I felt very insecure about it. And I was like, oh, am I good enough? This and that. Because of course there is always someone who is better than you and who you look up to. Yeah. And for me, I was talking to my uncle about this. Kate knows my uncle is a business person, an economist. And he was like, yes, but this is your thing, that you teach English only in English and you don't want to compromise this. Yeah, so for me, it's not that this is something special selling point, it's the way I am. And this is my principle, if you will. Yeah, the other thing is that I work with people who really want to learn. I usually don't work with people who don't have a goal, because then both of us are just losing time. Yes, or I work only online. Well, so I think even small things that are important for you as a person, as a professional, they can be your unique selling point because this is you. Yes, and this is the way you work. And let's discuss it for you. For example, Evgenia, what is the unique thing in how you do your busy boards and how you do your products? Where is you in your busy boards?
Oh, it's very difficult to speak about even in Ukrainian. Because, for example, I often так слідкую,
Follow, yeah, follow.
Look for different competitors, our competitors from Etsy. And I realized that there are two types of producers of BusyBots. There are some producers that create not perfect product. It's cheap, for example, and it's created from cheap, так, из дешевых материалов, from cheap materials. And for example, the corners, углы острые.
Corners, yeah, they are sharp. Oh, I see.
Are sharp, yes. And work itself is not of high quality. But there are a lot of perfect producers on Etsy, and I cannot to say that my product is the best. My product is very good, and I can say that it's high quality product. But there are a lot of high quality products on Etsy and on Amazon too. So it's difficult for me to say something unique. So we decided to give our clients an additional gift. And this is our UTP, as Miroslava said. And I realized that maybe так, тот виробник, those producer will be the best, who can explain his target audience what pains he can close with his product.
Yes, who can explain their target audience what pains they can close.
Yes, because sometimes we have a great product, but we can't to introduce it.
And to introduce it, yeah.
So maybe I'm a bad producer, and because I cannot say the benefits my own, because I want to be честной, забыла как
Honest.
I want to be honest, and I can't say that my product is the best. Yes, it's high quality, but not is the best. I realize it because there are a lot of good producers.
I see. And here I heard two very good points. First, which we were continuously repeated at business school about pains. Yes. So basically, with your product, you need to understand what is the pain out there that people are ready to pay for. Yeah, it's not only about pain, but there is a pain that people are ready to pay for to close. Yes, they don't want it and they are ready to give money to close it. And then the second interesting thing is that maybe this is your uniqueness to surprise. Yes, to give these surprises, because this little gift is not something people expect. They get it as a surprise and they are happy with it. So you can build even the whole model and the whole storyline around surprises, because storyboards is something that surprises children, right? They have so many different things there to learn, and you can arrange it this way, that way, and so on and so forth. And everyone
Yes,
likes
I noticed that when people get not only the product what that they bought, but
Mhm.
an additional gift, they're very happy, very happy, and they write reviews good
Mm.
on Etsy, and they write private messages with thank you, and it's very pleasure.
Pleasant,
Yeah, pleasant, and they make some advertisement among their
they spread the word.
their
Yeah, they
friends.
tell their friends. Mhm.
Yes, and I got a lot of messages on Etsy when people wrote, "I knew about you from."
Someone told me, yes, this is great. And I think this is also uniqueness, is giving good customer service. And this is not a must. Here in Ukraine, we see it like, oh, come on, you cannot make it if you don't give good customer service. But you are competing on a global market. And not everyone is that good in customer service. And this is one more strong point that you can emphasize, right? On the strength. Yana, and what's about you? So how do you think, what examples of good elevator pitch, not so good, and what kind of elevator pitch could you make for yourself?
When I have elevator pitch, I have to mention about my experience and of course to show my works, my portfolio, because it is the main part of my work.
Mhm.
And also a big plus for me is my specific education. Um, Actually, I'm not sure it helped me much, but sometimes people think it's a very big plus for me.
Mhm.
And also different diplomas from different courses,
Certificate.
certificates. Yes,
Mhm.
they really helped me. Mm,
Okay, I
yes,
see. Mm?
there is a lot of good designers. Um,
There are a lot of good designers
There
out
are a lot of designers in my sphere, so I need to impress my future customers mostly with my portfolio.
with
So
your
I spend.
portfolio. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
This is also a very good point, because I'm also writing for one we see now. I'm doing ghost writing, so I'm basically writing for someone's LinkedIn. Uh, and very often, and not only from this person, but also from other people working with startups in the States and all over the world, I heard that people will be like, oh, I have a great idea, and this is the only thing they're selling. And it's so easy to make MVP, minimum viable product. Yes, something that shows the real thing these days. But people just like, oh yeah, I have this idea. I don't know how I will have customer traction. Yes, I don't know how I will attract customers or help you attract customers. I don't know how to implement it, but I want $1 million. Yeah, so or sometimes 5 millions, depending on round. So it's also important to show and impress by visual. Yes, and this is what makes you stand out when people see something. Yes, not only words, but they have this mental anchor. Yes, they have this mental point which they remember. For example, I can see Evgeny as a busy board, yes, maybe video of how a child plays around with it and how many things are there, how surprised they are. I can see Yana's portfolio. I can see Miroslava's center as well in action, or maybe little details there that are not so usual, or maybe feedbacks, which are also important. Kate, and what's about you? What do you think makes a good elevator pitch and not so good elevator pitch, and what do you have to add to it?
Yeah, I already said that I think that it's make a good elevator pitch, and what can make bad elevator pitch? I think when you don't give a question to another person, it can be bad elevator pitch.
What question? And let's continue with elevator pitches. If you could give us your elevator pitch, and then with the question, how would you pitch your product, the one you talked about?
So you want that I made now elevator pitch?
Yes. You can do it.
Okay. So what's the structure? I think the structure should be a presentation, then your what you do, then your unique site, and then a call to action. Yeah, or maybe
Slava, you looked it up online. So what is the structure of elevator pitch?
I don't look online. I don't find it. I actually try to find, but I remember that I
found the
was.
structure.
Yeah, and what was the structure?
Yeah, so there are 4 steps. First is start by introducing yourself. Second, provide a summary of what you do. Third, explain what you want, like maybe to get some position in the company. And the fourth is finish with a call to action.
Yes, the final step is to finish with the call to action. Yeah, so who you are, what you do, what you want, call to action.
And maybe at the end, you can also add some special proposition.
Depending, yes, call to action can be a special proposal, yeah, special offer. Yes, so it's also very important not to overbuild, yes, because this is, for example, my problem often. I would throw too much on people and then they're like, oh, I remember nothing because I remember everything. Yeah, there were too many things. If you have 10 more minutes, do you have 10 more minutes or do you have to run for your calls?
Well,
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
I have to go because I have the next meeting in 3 minutes.
So maybe you can start with your elevator pitch. It's like 2 minutes.
Okay. So first of all, I can say that I have more than 3 years of experience in UX UI design, and also I have a diploma from Transcarpathian Academy of Arts as a graphic designer. So I finished lots of different projects, starting from small startups, ending with huge e-commerce platforms. So I worked also with different domains, for example, e-commerce, health and fitness, cryptocurrency, and etc. So if you want to know more about my works, you can visit my Behance profile and to look through. And also, I can send my portfolio as a PDF file, my CV, and we can stay in touch because I have all contacts in this CV presentation.
I would just add a few things. So we missed here the part who you are. Yes, I'm Jana, who is working in UX UI design for X years. Yeah, or who is working across this. And then this is the thing which I learned when I've been writing for a lot of companies. The last one is that you can visit my website. Yes, like do it. Check me out here. Check me out there. And this I learned in fundraising because I've been doing charity fundraising starting from Tabletочки and now working for different funds, Ukrainian funds. And this really helps, like, oh, you can help? No, help us, you know, and here it's also. Thank you very much, Jana. And I know it's hard to do it on the fly, like without preparing on the go, but if you will need any help further, just let me know if you'll need to read through.
Thank you so much. Thank you for meeting. It was nice to meet you all and have a nice day.
You too. Thank you. Okay, does anyone want to continue?
I also wanted to add about good elevator speech that sometimes it can be with numbers. You can like if you got some results with clients, like our students reach B1 English level, you know, for 1 month. It's a lie, but I mean, or
Our 2-year-old students reach B1 level in 1 month. Yeah.
yeah.
In China, this is what they expect there. I know.
Yeah, if we talk about real examples, so that it can be, for example, Yana designer after my after company
Resigned, yeah, or took my services.
Yeah, I took my services. This app became more popular, like X2 or something like this. So user experience was much better than previously. So I am a good as professional in it. Like
Yes.
I have these results.
It's about quantifying, yes, quantifying your results. And this is important. There are 2 things. I mean, there are many, we could brainstorm more, things that make anchors, this mental anchors. When I talk a lot, people will remember some points. And numbers is the point people remember. If you talk about words, oh, number. Yeah, it's something different. And second is stories. If I share a story like, oh, for example, I worked with that company, they had a decent website, but we, you know, changed things a little bit. And I realized that, yeah, they got XX user traction. Maybe they didn't get XX user traction or something, but you tell a story and we remember things by stories. So it's also important to, like we had this boy, he was always shy. Maybe he has some autistic spectrum and he always felt uncomfortable, but now he could open up and feel included in the community.
Yeah.
Okay, so we still have some time. Let's pitch.
Okay, I can try. Actually, I have one elevator pitch that is like a template that I use everywhere. And I can present you it now. But first of all, I have one idea that I can add to this elevator pitch. It's about contract results. And I want to ask you how to correct say if you want to say that if I want to say that my after my services, my clients do 3x. Is it okay when you say it in English? Because in Ukrainian we can say 3x, 10x.
Okay, so you can write 3x, or you can say they triple their sales. Yeah, they double their sales, they triple their sales, or they have thrice more sales. Yeah, or 3 times, and thrice wouldn't be good here. 3 times more sales, and so on. So you pronounce the words.
3 times more sales. Okay,
you can
so
send me your pitches later, all of you, and I will go through them briefly, yeah, and help you with maybe better wording, because it's just an experience and it just takes some time.
Yeah, we can. I think that it can be like homework. We can write it and then send to our chat, and you can correct.
Yes.
And if we have a few minutes, I want to present my. It's okay.
Sure, please do.
So I'm Kate Bebeshko, and I'm an Etsy coach. I'm helping craft entrepreneurs to work with the international marketplace Etsy and to earn money in their sustainable currency, USD. And my passion is to understand that my goods travel all around the world, and people can use it in their daily life in a lot of countries. For that moment, it's about 30 countries. And I choose this way because I can work from different places, not bound to the
location.
The location, yeah. And my clients, after my services, can do 3 times more sellers. and even more. And I'm happy with the results. So I want to introduce you my website where you can choose the services that you need. And until May, you can have my services with only you can have my services with 15% discount.
15% discount. Okay, nice. And I like that you added a personal touch to it. Yeah. I would have a question about stable currency USD, because if you talk about people from the United States, if you would tell me that USD is a stable currency, I would adopt it.
Yeah, I should say stable currency USDT. This one.
Okay, okay. Well, what is USDT?
USDT is a cryptocurrency. And
Oh,
well,
it's also a question about stability of crypto, but that's another discussion. No, and I understand why your pitch is this way, because you have mostly worked with Ukrainians, right? And for that, USD is more stable than hryvnia. But it's important to understand whom you are pitching to. Yes, if you are pitching to a person who already works in international markets, then they might have questions to this. Yeah. And this is the silly thing that we will remember this specific stuff to which we had questions. Yeah. So I'll forget like half of your pitch, but I will remember that you said that USD is a stable currency. Yeah. No, seriously. And I'm just analyzing my thinking process here. It's not to criticize you, like not at all.
Yeah,
It's just that we have to be careful with what we criticize.
Yeah, it don't should be a stable currency. I don't know why I said it.
No, good. And this is great that you said it, because we had a chance to talk about it, right? It's very important. Okay, I'm not sure we will have time for the rest of elevator pitches. I'll have to go now, but I will write you some self-practice. Yeah, like how do I usually home practice? Because I don't say homework and I forgot how I usually say. Yeah, so I will send you a video with various types of elevator pitches so you can learn a little bit more. And if you have time and inspiration, feel free to drop yours, or you can record the video, or you can better write it down, because it's also better for you to formulate your thoughts. Yeah, you can write it down and people can comment. I can comment as well from point of like grammar and wording and so on. Just to wrap it up, Evgenia, how do you feel now? How was this call for you?
How what?
How was this call for you? It was confusing, yeah, because I speak fast.
It's difficult for me in this group because everyone except me knows English better. So it was a problem for me since childhood. When the text is written, it's easier for me to understand it. And when I hear a speech in a live, it's difficult for me to understand. I don't know why. I want to ask you to read in chat this phrase. Elevator speech.
Elevator pitch. Yes. I will write this collocation.
And please translation in Ukraine, because
there is no translation. It's called elevator pitch because people don't translate this. Like a CEO or
Okay.
people don't translate these things.
So because I'm not exactly sure that I understand correctly this phrase.
Definition. It's mostly about definition to understand it. Like, this is something that you have to say to sell your products. If you have, for example, like 30 seconds in the elevator, yeah. So you have to be so ready, yeah, and to remember. To remain, yeah, to remember the main points of your offer.
Cover, in this case, to cover, yeah, to mention,
yeah.
Point.
Understood. Now I understood. Thank you.
Thank you, Miroslava, for your help.
And I wanted to support Eugenia about our English level. I had just the same story 1 year ago. when I decided to join the group, because I learn English with individually, and I decided to join the group as well, like to mix all of this form of studying. And when I joined the group, it was so
Challenging and hard. Yeah.
challenging, yeah, for me, because there are 4 girls instead of except of me, and they have higher level. And I was like, 1 second lesson, I was like, okay, they are so cool, but they know so many cool words, and I don't feel like convenient there. But then I decided to take this challenge, and I realized that if I learn with sometimes like with stronger, I became stronger, yeah. And sometimes it's really challenging, but it improves us, yeah. And we are here in this mastermind to support each other, and you do your best today. You did your best today, and all of us make mistakes. I even forgot like part-time word, which is really easy. So yeah, if you need some help in English, you can also write to me, and I will find some definition, not in my head, but in Oxford vocabulary or something.
Dictionary or Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
Very good point, and it's good that you communicated it. Thank you for this, because you said that like, oh, I didn't understand what is elevator pitch, and then Miroslava could help you, yes. And when I work in groups, I actually ask other people to explain, because this is practice for them, and this is for you understanding, right? And this is the power, if you will, of a group. Yeah, when different people can help others, and this is how group learning, group dynamics is going.
And I want to thank you, Mary, because it was so powerful, and the atmosphere is so, I don't know, supportive, and yeah, you are just, I don't know how to say, hot or something, like the fire. You are on fire, yeah, in the good meaning. Is it a correct using of this phrase? Yeah, you're really cool as a teacher, as a speaker.
And thank you, Kate, for this opportunity. And it's great to see you here today. I miss having you in groups. Kate was the one who started the whole thing of speaking clubs like 4 years ago, and actually nudged me to start teaching adults. So thanks to her, I am here now.
After first lesson,
we started offline speaking club in Kyiv 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Years. When I came back from China, Kate was like, okay, you are in Ukraine, teach us.
You also worked on China. In China.
Yes.
After first lesson, I thought that Marie is a native speaker. At first, at the beginning of the lesson, I thought that you are a foreign lady, and then you said that you are from Ukraine, and I was very surprised, because your English and pronunciation is so perfect and so cool that it's difficult to believe that you are not a native speaker.
Well, I'm very proud of people who I work with when they notice my mistakes, because I make mistakes as native speakers do. Everyone makes mistakes. And when my students start to correct me, I'm like, yes, we are getting there. So don't worry, you will notice my mistakes, but thank you very much for saying this as well. It's nice for me to hear.
Thank you.
Okay, beijinhos, as they say in Portugal. Many hugs to everyone. And yeah, stay in touch. I will send you a follow-up now. My call was canceled, so I still have time. Any questions, you always can drop me a line in private or in chat, and we can talk further. Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day, girls.
Have a good day.
It's
Good day, girls.